So as a man, I can say that patriarchy exists just to protect a man's ego. I'll give you a lot of examples and show you what it's like in the male brain, if you really want to know. And ultimately, it boils down to these two things. Men are very territorial, and men are dopamine pleasure seekers. At least more so than women. So here's the first example. Women's body count. Why are men obsessed with women's body count when men want to have the highest body count? It's really because in a lot of men's minds, they really do objectify women, whether consciously or subconsciously. For example, whenever I come across a woman with a high body count, not gonna lie, I kind of feel a little jealous. Like, why did all the other guys get to hit, but not me? And yeah, I really know it's messed up to say, but part of that is also because of men's super competitiveness with each other. Another example is how women shouldn't talk so much, which is honestly the most misogynistic thing you can say. And again, it all boils down to our egos. We men want to feel like we're in charge. We want to feel like we are in our dominant masculine energy, in our superior energy. Yeah, it's very toxic. So whenever a woman keeps talking, especially because women tend to talk more emotionally while men tend to talk more logically, unless it's anger. For a lot of us, it really does feel like a punch to our egos. That's why, unfortunately, in a lot of patriarchal cultures that are still existent today, wife beating is sadly very normalized. And in those cultures, like China, India, Pakistan, Japan, Korea, and of course Russia, the man is never blamed for beating his wife. It's always the woman that's blamed for upsetting the man. So whenever the woman says, "Oh, my husband just beat me," people will tell her, "What did you do to piss off your husband?" Like, isn't that super fucked up? But if you're a red pill manosphere, you're probably like, W. How about actually graduate high school? But anyways, here's the third example. Modesty. For a similar reason to the body count thing I mentioned earlier. And it also has to do with projection. So of course, women, if y'all are feeling yourself and y'all are embracing your sexuality and you wear something really hot, obviously it's going to turn your man on. And because it does that, your man is going to project and think, oh, all the other guys are going to go after you now. And because, like I mentioned at the beginning, that men are territorial, we see that as a threat, like a thief is about to steal our house. That's why it's called modesty, instead of showing off how hot you are, even though men do that all the time. And this is exactly why a lot of Gen Z men fall for the manosphere and red pill content, because they see feminism as a loss of control. They want to go back to the good old days where women were actually property and they only served two purposes: pleasing a man and children. And to the red pill manosphere bros, they're like, how come I have to do so much work now? Why are women so difficult? Why do they have